Do you want to become outrageously unbothered in the next year? Okay, let's talk about how. Firstly, I just want to clarify what I do and don't mean by unbothered. When I say unbothered, I'm not talking about like suppressing genuine emotional experiences that you have or letting people walk all over you. Rather, I'm talking about being so in love with your own life that other people's BS just genuinely doesn't put a dent in your quality of life. And look, there is a time and place to be bothered. I know for me, 2025 was a year where I was bothered by a lot of things. A lot of things felt heavy because there were a lot of heavy things going on in my life. But for me personally, that's all very 2025. I'm leaving that behind with this turn of the year. For me, 2026 truly is about being unbothered. Let's talk about it. Number one tip if you want to become unbothered is focus on the here and now. Whenever you find yourself worrying about something that hasn't actually happened, or angry over something from the past, or something somebody's doing who's not even directly in front of you, I want you to pause and do a scan of the environment. Where are you? Who are you with? Who are you not with? What are you supposed to be doing in that moment? What activity are you supposed to be enjoying that you're not because you're so in your own head? You know, when I was in the throes of my eating disorder, I had a mindfulness issue. I would, for instance, go out to dinner and instead of enjoying myself, enjoying the beautiful sunset, the beautiful vista of Chicago, the flavorful tastes of the food, the company of the person I was with, I was just consumed by guilt with every bite that I took. And I remember talking with my therapist at the time about the importance for me to like throw myself into what I was doing in that moment, instead of being so in my own head and worrying about things that weren't even really real, problems that I had concocted in my own head, just savoring the present moment, like truly with all the five senses, experiencing what it means to be an embodied human being in this world, having what should be an enjoyable experience. Recently, I was talking with somebody who was trying to get roped into some drama. And I asked this person about it, and their response was, the sun is out, it's a beautiful day, I'm gonna go take my child for a walk and not pay attention to this noise. And I thought that was such an inspirational attitude to take, to literally treat drama trying to come into your life like it's a little fly. You know, it's just like, it's buzzing, it's annoying, but it's like, I don't need to give this more attention, I don't need to like hone on it, just kind of like smack it away, you know? And I think sometimes part of the reason why we can't fully be in the present is because we're worrying about things in the future. And my current therapist has a phrase she likes to say. She says to me, don't borrow trouble. Basically, don't worry about things that haven't happened and may never happen. It reminds me of a Stoic quote. I can't remember exactly which Stoic it was. Maybe Seneca, I don't know. But he was talking about like the majority of our problems in day-to-day life are self-created. They're not real except in our heads. So if it doesn't affect your circumstances in the here and now, it's not worth ruining the present moment over. Let's say that somebody's been trash talking you at school or at work. But does it have any meaningful impact on your life when you're hanging out with your loving family or your true friends, when you're getting paid, getting A's, whatever it is? If yes, you know, like if this person is genuinely like obstructing your ability to conduct a meaningful life, then address it, of course. But if not, it's not worth ruining the present moment over it. And I'm guessing in most cases, the answer is no. They don't actually affect my day-to-day life. They're just chatter. But this leads me directly into my next point, which is that you have to focus on making your dreams come true. Ending up in your dream location, dream career, dream partner if you want one, dream village, you know, like your circle of social support, dream body, all of it. Once you're living your dream life, the ability for other people to actually bother you diminishes down to pretty much zero. You need to create a life for yourself that makes you so happy day in and day out that you cannot even hear noise outside of that. You're completely insulated from it. People tend to think that happiness comes from that one vacation a year that they go on, the moment they're going to get some big thing that they really want. But true happiness comes from small, tiny moments. It comes from whether you enjoy your morning routine, whether you enjoy the things that you do at work, whether you enjoy the way you're spending your evenings, the way you're spending your weekends. Life is made up of the little moments. True happiness doesn't come from the 1%. It comes from the 99% of your life. And truly, I feel like I'm in such a different place now than I was a year ago. A year ago, everything was very shaky, very unstable, whereas now we're truly settled, and I'm truly so happy with my life. I have the best husband, the best baby in the world. I'm so enamored by the place where we live. Like every value that I have, literally this country fulfills. I get to travel. I get to spend time with the people I love every now and then. So when someone tries to destroy my peace, it's like, but what can you really do though? There's nothing you can do to really put a dent in the way that I've built my life day in, day out. Now, when it comes to building your dream life, I know part of that for some of you means feeling good about your body and prioritizing your health. I've been regularly working out since high school, but I haven't been as consistent with it since having a baby because of just like time constraints, where I used to work out like 6 times a week. Currently, I think it's more like 3 times. And because of this, I really want to make sure that my workouts count twice as much, because I still really value like the health benefits, more intensity, making them a little bit more challenging, a little bit longer, not too much, but maybe just like 5-10 minutes, while also still really enjoyable. And with everything else going on in my life right now, it can be easy to just get complacent and kind of put that to the side, which is why I was so excited that Trainwell reached out, who are very kindly sponsoring this video. Trainwell is a one-on-one personal training app that helps you stay accountable and gives you expert personalization, all within the convenience of an app. How it works is you identify your fitness goals. Trainwell pairs you with a personal trainer, and you have an onboarding call you discuss with them. Trainwell then makes it simple by giving you a workout. So I met with Nate, who was very great, who was very personable and professional, and he had some really interesting points and questions that I'd never thought of before. Like he asked me if I have any sort of like weird things that I can't do since I stopped dance kind of abruptly when I was younger. I'd never thought about that, so I appreciated the question. And when I told him about some of my pain points, like the fact that I can't really do sit-ups because my neck always hurts, instead of just kind of saying, okay, we'll avoid crunches then, he wanted to help me solve the problem. So he said he'd send me a video with how to have proper posture during crunches. And if you don't think your personal trainer is a great match, you can switch trainers anytime with any sort of goal. But I think it's very visible with fitness. Accountability is so important. We are much more likely to follow through on actions if there's somebody, an actual human there on the other side holding us accountable. The new year is a chance for a fresh start. It's a reset button if you feel like there's something about your past year that you'd like a redo over. So get 14 days free on your own personal trainer using my link below, which is trytrainwell.net/AnaPsychology. That's ANA Psychology. So click the QR code or the link down below. Now, I do want to give a note on building your dream life. I know that when I talk about things like that, a lot of people's minds automatically go to, oh, but that's not possible. Oh, but I have these external circumstances stopping me from building my dream life in whatever way that looks. And there are, of course, things outside of our control, but there are also some things within our control. And I think those are the reason why we keep pushing in life. The moment you stop believing that you can change your circumstances for the better is the moment that basically becomes true. So it might not be possible for you today, but it could be tomorrow. The key is to just keep putting one foot before the other until eventually you have it. So if you have a fitness goal, for example, working out day after day after day will eventually start to show results. It's not going to be like a one and done thing. Or if you're talking about like a career goal, you study for test after test after test until eventually you get your degree, and then you interview for your dream job, but you don't land it. So you go to a less than ideal job and you gain experience from that. And the next time you interview for your dream job, you actually land it. It's not linear. And I think it can be easy to forget that even when people reach a point where they feel really good about their life day in, day out, it wasn't always like that. It took a lot of tiny incremental steps to get to that. Like I was talking about with my own situation. A year ago, I was in a completely different, much more unstable situation. It took a lot of little tiny things, little decisions about making the move, about, the logistics of getting settled in our new home, packing things and then unpacking things and setting things up to finally feel like, oh my God, I can breathe again and I love this place so much. So please don't feel discouraged if it feels out of your reach to build your dream life. Like I said, it might be out of reach today, but if you put in the work day in, day out, at the end of a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're going to be in a much closer spot to your dream life. Number 3, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. There's a reason why gratitude is a component of nearly all of my journaling workbooks, I'm pretty sure, because even when you have imperfect conditions, Turning your attention to what's going well in your life makes more of that flow in. There's this expression where attention goes, energy flows, and I think that it's so true. If, for example, you're stuck in a job that you really don't like, instead of focusing so much on those aspects of it that make you miserable, if you can spend just 5-10 minutes a day focusing on the things you're grateful for that day, it makes your life more tolerable. Recently, I did my first gratitude list that I've done since before I had a baby, which is like crazy to me because I used to do it every single day as a part of a season of life. I would do my journaling every morning, and I haven't been able to since having a baby. There's just no time in the day. But recently I had 10 minutes, so I did my first gratitude list in 8 months. And it felt amazing. I forgot how much doing this really compounds on itself and adds up over time to help you have so much more of a positive outlook on life. And if it feels like you have nothing to be grateful for, I promise there is something you're taking for granted. There is something you're not considering that could be even as simple as I have a roof over my head, my fridge is full of food, I have one person who really cares about me. There are people in life who don't even have those things. There's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude just helps you focus more energy on the good things while blotting out all the stuff that's going to bring you down. It's just not going to feel as important because it's going to be like, yeah, this person is, trying to bait me into a fight or whatever. But, like I said earlier, the sun is out. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to go take my child to the playground or whatever it is. Number 4, laugh more. I actually wrote a Patreon essay in part about this very topic. But in 2026, I want to spend more time joking around, being around people who make me laugh, and basically just not take myself so seriously. I keep wanting to find excuses to laugh about myself, even my own flaws. And the context of this is I was watching this podcast. The podcast hosts were reacting to basically some people roasting them. They were having so much fun with it. They were just joking about themselves, joking with each other, just laughing about these people trying to insult them. And it made me think that is so powerful, because when you can laugh about yourself and you can laugh about somebody insulting you, insulting your appearance, for instance, insulting your character, it completely robs people of the power to make you feel bad about yourself. There's even this technique that's sometimes used for moral scrupulosity OCD, which is when people with OCD believe that they're a terrible person and they strive for moral purity, where you go, okay, yeah, maybe I'm the worst person in the world. Maybe I'm a terrible, terrible human. Oopsie, I'm just so terrible. I'm just the worst. Just kind of brings some levity into something that feels really heavy, and it robs those thoughts that you have about yourself of the power to bring you down. It's I'm having a thought. It's kind of crazy. It's a silly thought. What can you do? And number 5, take a long, hard look at your values. What are the things that you genuinely care about, and what are the things that you don't? Don't let people trick you into caring about things that you don't actually think are important. So if somebody's baiting you by making some sort of passive-aggressive comment about your cooking over a dinner, is that important? Do you really care? Do you care that much about being a good cook? Do you care that much about responding to somebody who's being mean for no reason? It's a skill to just learn to internally go, yikes, or wow, that's kind of weird, and just kind of quietly smile to yourself. And that other person's then just going to watch you and be like, what's happening? That didn't land the way I wanted it to. I didn't activate them. I didn't trigger them the way that I was hoping. They're just kind of smiling as if they're internally laughing about me. Again, it robs them of their power. But also paying attention to your values also means learning to turn down the volume on opinions of people who you don't even respect. When people manage to ruin your peace, it's usually because you're not in touch with your own values. You're letting your self-esteem or your peace of mind get hijacked by someone who shouldn't even have the keys to the cockpit. So respectfully, take the keys back from them, lock the cockpit, and go fly the plane yourself. In summary, focus on the here and now, really throw yourself into what's actually in front of you. Number 2, make your dreams come true so that nothing anyone can say or do to you will actually put a dent in your quality of life. Number 3, practice gratitude as often as you can. Number 4, spend more time laughing, especially laughing about yourself. And number 5, take a long, hard look at your values and ask yourself if you've been losing touch with them. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to check out Train Well if you have any fitness goals this year, and I'll see you soon.
Tell me what you need, tell me what you need, tell me.